Hey, welcome to my journey into another weigh-in video. Now, y'all know last week I told you I was going to do an experiment. And I got to tell you, I'm pleased with the way that experiment went. So, let me tell you. I weighed 264.4 for a loss of 5 pounds. And that puts me at 112.6. So I'm clawing my way back up to that 130. I was looking at my little board up here. My 125 fell off and I never put 130 on. So that's fine where it's at. I'll get to them when I get to them. But I know a lot of you are wondering. I know one of you knows because she's the one that made me think about it. Miss Susie. I love Miss Susie. She's been so good to me over the years. When I did the video, I don't even remember which video it was, and I was talking about how much I loved Simply Feeling. So, if you're new to Weight Watchers, or even to me, Simply Feeling was a program that Weight Watchers had in place when they ushered in freestyle. And then as freestyle went on, they gradually got rid of Simply Feeling. But when I started in April of 2018, Simply Feeling is what I started on. And I have loved it ever since. Why I haven't stayed on it like more consistently, I don't know. Because you know how you are, you're like, well, let me try this. I hear good things about this. People be losing some weight up on that. Let me try that, you know. So I've gone through everything, even up to having weight loss surgery in like a desperate search for something that was just going to knock that weight off of me, because my weight loss is such an up and down beast. It's a beast. It's hateful that I'm a very impatient person. I pick on David because he'll take one dose of medicine and it don't work. Well, it don't work. So I pick on him, and I nicknamed him One Dose Maness. And when he'll get something, if he's sick or whatever, I said, all right, now one dose Maness, give it more time to work. And he just laughs. Because I'm not being mean. It's just our joke. So I'm kind of one diet Maness. Oh, well, this one don't work. Let me find something else. I admit to it. I'm not up here putting on no kind of show. If you've been with me, you know I have tried everything under the book. Because I'm a very impatient person. If I did not get results when I thought I should get results, then I would change. One time, at least, it was the doctor made me change. That one didn't work out too well. And a dietitian, she made me change. That one didn't work out too well. But I've tried everything. But over the years, several times I have gone back to Simply Feeling. I love Simply Feeling. It's the one I cut my diet teeth on, I guess you could say, because I never really, occasionally I would try to lose weight. But see, and y'all know, if you've been with me, you have to keep saying that because it's all y'all don't know. All y'all don't know all about me. Some of y'all know all about me because you've been with me for a long time. And some of y'all know nothing about me. But I'll just give you a quick little background. I didn't care if I was fat. I didn't care how I looked. I didn't care what people thought when they looked at me. I did not care. I did not care enough to try to lose the weight because I could still get around, move, bend up and down, get on the floor, scrub the floors, work in the garden, all the things I needed to do. Mow the yard, anything I needed to do, I could do. And I always told over time, I'm going to try to lose a little weight. Well, no, I wasn't worried about it that much to even give it much of even a college try. And I was like, when I don't feel good, when I can't do what I need to do, or what I want to do, or my health starts going down, then I'll worry about it. Well, guess what? When my health started going down, it didn't go down. It went down. And I started, everything in the book was wrong with me. And it did not get better. Excuse me. So then it got to be to where I was so big, I was almost 400 pounds in April of 2018. um, then it was like, I'm looking at an impossible feat. I don't think I can do this. This is impossible. There's no way I can lose this weight. I let it go too far, all because of I didn't have vanity. Does that make does that make sense? You know, some people do want to lose weight because of vanity. That's fine. But I didn't want to lose weight because I didn't have vanity. You know? I don't care now what I look like. Obviously. Oh, you can obviously tell that by looking at me. By seeing me wear the same shirts that y'all seen me wear for 4 years. Listen, my channel's coming up to be 5 years old in September. I believe I started wearing these during the first year. I ain't lying. Because I bought these at my biggest. And they still fit. I ain't going to pull them and show you my bra. Which sometimes it sticks out. But I sewed them up under the arm. So while they don't fit me snug, they still fit enough where I'm not going to get rid of them. I thought last year when I lost weight I'd get some new ones. But I wear these to kick around the house, run out to the store. I don't care. I got it where my bra don't show on the side. So I don't care if they're too big. I really don't. I picked up some other shirts at the thrift store that, you know, I can wear on occasion, so I don't have to wear this. But so obviously I'm not still vain in that sense. So, but when I started it and started on Simply Feeling, I lost weight. I mean, I started losing the weight. I wish I had gone back. That's gross. See, I ain't putting on no airs about that neither. I do remember this. My first week on Simply Feeling, I gained 5 pounds. Oh, I lost 5 pounds this time. And I was like, oh, this is not going to go well. But then I guess I got my groove. Anytime you start a new plan, different things are, you know, you got to get used to it. And sometimes you don't just jump into the deep end. Sometimes you have to wade in, get used to the water. So I just kept at it, and I started losing weight. And then I think it was we went on vacation, and I said, I'm not going to diet on vacation. And that got me off. That just got me off track. And I never gained full footing again. I didn't, what did I say, April of 2018? After so many months on Simply Feeling, by then, they had got rid of it. And it was just freestyle. Well, I tried freestyle. Then I tried the blue and the green and the purple. And then I'd get off of that. And I'd try low carb. And then I'd try this. And then I'd go that. And then I'd go back to Simply Feeling. And then I'd go back to regular Weight Watchers. And then I'd try low carb again. Whatever the doctor says. All the things, you know. And my first love has always been Simply Feeling. I ain't gonna say that about my high school boyfriend, because PU. Isn't it funny what you just knew you had to have in high school? When you get older, you're like, "Whoa, I'm glad I didn't have that," right? You give me my David. You give me my David all day long. Yes. Well, some of you, though, and I know, some of you are like, oh, he was my first love. I've never really gotten over him. It happens. I just didn't happen to have one of those. You know what I'm saying? And you think about, okay, like in the case of Simply Feeling, that's where I was comfortable. That was my first love. And I always think, oh, I want to go back to my first love. I'm not saying you want to leave your husband and go to your first love, but you finally remember that person. And you finally remember the interactions you had and the things you did. And that's how I always remember Simply Feeling. I always have a fondness for it. and it's very familiar to me. It's like putting on my nice little warm sommies. That's what we call them. Growing up, we call them sommies. I don't know where that came from. They weren't jammies, PJs, jammers. They were sommies. So I don't usually say sommies on here because everybody be like, what is she talking about? So I put on my nice warm sommies, my comfy ones. The ones that now I put on because I get cold in the evening. And then when I get started busy with supper and stuff, then I get hot and I had to put on my little summertime sommies. Anyway, so on that video, whichever one it was, I was talking about I loved Simply Feeling, how much I loved it. I think I was talking about maybe all the things I had done. I don't know. And Susie, she always offers good practical advice. And she's been good to me over the years. And she said, well, maybe you should go back to Simply Feeling. And you know what? I thought, if I do that, these people are going to say, could you just find one flower and sit on it? Instead of being like these little bumblebees that just flit from flower to flower to flower. That's me. I'm a bumblebee. Flit, 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 flit. Flower, 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 flower. I was thinking, these people are going to get so sick of me. She just had gastric bypass, and here she is on a diet. That should have been enough. Well, it wasn't. Just the surgery alone was not enough for me. No, ma'am. I've had to stay on some kind of something the whole time. It's supposed to be high protein, low carb. I've tried it. I did low carb one point, and I was so successful on it. But for whatever reason this time, I was not able to stay on it. I've grown an aversion to chicken. I make it and I try to eat it and get over it. But like last night, for example, I made chicken and beans and taters. And all I ate was taters. I didn't even want beans. Now, me not want beans, there's something up with that because we are bean eaters in this house. And the chicken looked delicious. I mean, it looked delicious. I didn't want no chicken, so I told Dave when he got up, I said, all that's yours, whatever you want to do with it, because I just had my taters. I said, I didn't want no chicken, I didn't want no beans. He said, you wasn't feeling it? I said, nope. So I can't even stick to a high protein, not if I'm eating meat. Now, what I have been doing is supplementing with some protein shakes. When I know I'm hungry and I can't think of anything else I want to eat, and I'm like, well, you really need some protein, I'll just have a protein shake and be done with it. Well, so I got to thinking about what Susie said, and I'm like, you know what? Y'all have stuck with me through all this mess. You're just going to sit back, you're going to roll your eyes and say, here she goes again. And I'm just going to sit here in front of you and say, yep, here she goes again. Because, oh, let me tell you this, and then I'll try to remember to come back where we was. I found this video this morning. Okay, her name is Hannah Alonso. Look her up. Hannah Alonso. She exposes YouTube, TikTok, Instagram scams and lies and all these things. So the video that was suggested to me was like, they're lying, and she showed videos from different platforms and picked out what was the lie. So that's how you can't believe everything you see on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok. These people are making their lives look perfect when they're not. They're clipping together different parts of different days to come together to look like one perfect day. Oh, it was such a... I sat here and watched that video this morning. It was so interesting. I went and subscribed because I got to look some more of her stuff. But y'all not getting that from me. Y'all getting the real thing. That's probably why don't nobody watch me, because I'm not perfect. Maybe if I lied and cheated and told you things that wasn't true, I'd probably get more views. That's the honest truth, but I don't care. I'm not about that. I'm not about to do something like that just to get some views. I could live myself. And you know what? It'll turn back on me. Yeah. You know what karma is? Y'all know what they say it is, and it is. She is one of those. So anyway, go look her up. Simply Feeling. So I thought, well, you might as well just do it. Because see, these things just come to me as I'm talking. I don't have nothing made up to tell y'all when I get on here and start running my daggone mouth. Sometimes I'll make notes, but that's if I'm trying to give you factual things, like something I've researched about a certain topic. Then I'll make myself notes and I'll read notes to you and stuff like that. It's just to get on here and jaw jack with you. I had to sit here and think of this stuff, and just whatever rolls off the top of my head, that's what y'all get. That's why some of my videos are so discombobulated and don't come together, because my mind's going and my mouth's going. Then sometimes my mind stops when I have to sit here and I have to look up. I'm like, well, I ain't got nothing to talk about today. Y'all know them days. But it just come to me, this thing right back here, right there. Don't do what's wrong for you because it's right for somebody else. I come up with that one day several years ago, and I'm like, oh, you know what? I think it was Susie who said I think it was Susie who said I needed to do something with that or whatever. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make myself a thing and hang it on my wall. I'll go out the door sometimes. I'll just stop and sit there and look at it. I'm like, yep, that's right. I can't do what's wrong for me. And I'm not saying this in a derogatory, bad way, because I love all y'all, and y'all know that. But I can't do what's wrong for me because I think it's right for y'all. I can't do what's wrong for me, even if it turns out not to be right for me. Even if it doesn't work out the way that I think it's going to work out. I can't do what's wrong for me because I think it's right for y'all. I can't do what's wrong for me because I think it'll keep views on my channel. I can't do what's wrong for me because I think it'll keep me subscribers. I can't do that. If choosing what's right for me shuts my YouTube channel down, then that's just what it has to be, because I can't live a life for YouTube just to keep getting subscribers and views. And I know y'all understand that. And that's why I'm like, going back to Simply Feeling. So when I said on my video that I was trying to experiment, and there was at least one of you that knew what it was, and that was Susie. She had to know. Joan probably knew too. I didn't tell her, and she didn't ask, but I know she knew. Well, my week went awesome. I fell right back into them comfortable shoes. Picking up the old habits. It was like a rekindling of love in my mind. And this is my folder that I keep my Simply Feeling stuff in. And I have not gotten rid of it. I keep it over in my book where I pay my bills and whatnot. I have a notebook where I just keep stuff in. I keep that just tucked in right in the back. So I got it out over here and refreshed myself. And there's things that I make concessions for because they're items that they don't make anymore. I'll give you an example. Fat-free mayonnaise. Well, they don't make fat-free mayonnaise. So I make a concession and I use light. And I count it as a Simply Feeling food. These are things, this is part of making it your own journey. Now here's what I'm going to tell you. If you want me to, I will make a video about how I am doing Simply Feeling. Not what's the word I'm looking for? Not authentic. Authorized? Not an authorized version of what Simply Feeling is, but what I have made for myself that appears to have worked this past week. Now, listen, I might gain next week because y'all know that's how that's how my body does me. I wasn't sure this morning. I really wasn't. I was like, oh, please. I checked it a couple days ago. I was like, oh, hold out. Please hold out. And it did. It held out. Although I was down a little bit more a couple days ago. That's okay. That's okay. Weights of fluctuations. I can go in there and weigh right now and weigh 2 pounds more. Y'all know that's how it goes. It's just when I captured it, that was how much I weighed. So it's cool with me. But if you want me to, I'll make a video on Simply Feeling And then, so, I mean, some of it I ain't changed a thing. And I got the paperwork. I can go over it with you. I can upload a copy of my sheet that is from Weight Watchers and let you know how I'm doing it. Because Weight Watchers doesn't still use it, but it's a very good program. And I know some of y'all found me on here because I was doing Simply Feeling. And that's how you found me. When you searched, you found me. So some of you that are my subscribers, even though I quit doing Simply Feeling, you still stuck with me through all the other crap I've done. I've got people on here from Nutrisystem. When I forgot it, I've tried Nutrisystem. I got people on here from gastric bypass. I got people on here from low carb. I got people on here from freestyle. I got people on here from all kind of diets in the whole entire world. Because I have said in the past, we come together as people with like one mission. We all have the same goal. We just are maybe getting there differently. But that don't mean we can't be together as a community, as a support group for one another. And that's what I appreciate about y'all. Y'all, now, I mean, I lose subscribers. You just do. But y'all have stuck, I'm saying the ones that are watching me right now. Y'all know who you are because you're watching. Y'all have stuck with me through everything I've gone through. And that tells me you have not stuck with me for the diet. You have stuck with me for me. And that's humbling because I have referred to myself as an acquired taste. And y'all have heard that in the past. I think I am an acquired taste. That's why my channel will never blow up. Because everybody don't want to see a half-bald, overweight grandma who talks like she's from the sticks. They don't want to see me. And you know what? That's okay. It's okay. Because the people that love me. And the people that don't love me, well, they can go on and find somebody they do love, you know? So, anyway, that's what I did this week. I did Simply Feeling. And I didn't give any points, any Weight Watcher points yesterday on my meal plan or grocery haul. Because first of all, I didn't feel like it. Second of all, pretty much everything was Simply Feeling. And I didn't point out the things that were going to have points. So, like tonight, I messed up. So, me and Joan have a collab coming out Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. It's another in our Taste of Home series. And I was supposed to film it yesterday. Holly and the baby came. Y'all know I call him the baby. And I set my meat out to thaw. When Lexa reminded me, I set my meat out to thaw. And I went over there. They had not gone home. David had gone to bed and everything. I went over and I thought, I'm going to film this early. Get out of my hair. And I looked at the book and I read through it. I'm like, oh, it was a crock pot recipe. Well, it was too late to start it then. So I switched and had today's supper last night. And then I'm going to do that tonight. So anyway, there'll be points to that because, or will there? It's a barbecue chicken over baked potatoes. The chicken will have no points. Depending on the barbecue sauce. The sauce might have some points, but it won't be much from what you put in it. If I'm remembering off the top of my head, probably about the only thing that goes in is barbecue sauce, but it's not a lot of that because there's other ingredients that goes in with it. So, it'll be low. Here's the thing I'll tell you quickly. On Simply Feeling, you get 0 points a day. But you have a whole host of foods that are 0 points. You get 49 weeklies to use any way you want to use. You can split them up and use them daily. You can save them up for the weekend. However you want to do. But I'm telling you this. You will not go hungry on Simply Feeling. You will not. Here's the thing. I have eaten less on this program that says I can eat all I want. And that's basically what it says. It says, eat what you want until you are satisfied, not over full. So that tells me if I'm hungry, get up and go in there and find me something to eat, because there's something that's 0 points that I can eat. And there's plenty of stuff. I mean, oh my gosh, so much more than what you got on Weight Watchers 0 points food list. They talk like 200 0 point foods. Oh, there's tons more on Simply Feeling. So you can make a meal easily 0 points. Easily make your whole supper and have a well-rounded meal for 0 points. So I usually, back then, I would save my points for the weekends. And I was counting points. When I first started, the very first time, I didn't count Saturday. And I still used my 49 points the rest of the week, and I lost weight. But then, I was younger then, too. The other times, not the other times, I don't know. But I know this last time, I was more diligent with my points. So like when I get a biscuit Saturday morning, I'll count the points for that biscuit and incorporate it through the whole week. Not say Saturday was a freebie. Although, kind of what I did this past week. But the thing is, I don't think I overate my 49 points for the week, because I ate so much Simply Feeling foods and hardly any pointed foods. So even while I didn't track, this week I'm tracking. So I was wading into the water. I know what I could eat and what I wanted to eat, but I didn't track it. So I told myself the other day, I said, okay, because I count my first day as Thursday because that's weigh-in. So that's my restart day. I said, okay, now this week, since you got your food settled, you know what you're going to eat, blah, 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 let's concentrate on tracking our pointed foods. Simply Feeling was, and I'm not going to go through it all now, because if you want to see the video, you'll just hear all this stuff again. So let me know. Let me know if you want to see a Simply Feeling video, because you might want to give it a try, or because you're just interested. But I love it. I ain't going to tell you what to do, because you're going to come back and say, you told me to do Simply Feeling and I gained 40 pounds. Oh, no, I ain't telling you that. I'm just going to tell you how much I love it. And if you want to give it a try, then I'll tell you what I did. That's all. I ain't telling you to do it. So, anyway, that's enough of that. Holly and the baby came yesterday, and she was getting ready to go. Lord have mercy. That little child, I just love him. He is such a mess. And he gets all the sugary treats up here. I was on the phone with Joan. They was here, and Joan called. And I was telling her what he was eating. She says, oh, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. I said, he gets all the things at Momo's house. He don't get at his house. And Holly's back there going, because she laughs loud like me. When she gets cranked up, she'll let out a big cackle like I do. I'm like, that's right. He gonna get it at my house. He don't get it at home. He getting it at my house. He gonna have anything he want. He was all up in the Fun Dip, in the gummies. Oh yeah, juice, Ritz crackers. But listen, have at it, baby boy. Well, they was getting ready to leave, and David was still awake. He don't go to bed till 1 o'clock, and she thought she was gonna try to get him home, get him in a nap, and he stood up and he put his shoes on. He said, Papa's garage. I said, you want to go to Papa's garage? He said, yeah. He was saying yes, but now he's gone back to yeah. And Papa was sitting over there. I said, well, come on, let's go. And Holly said, come on, let's have a family trip to the garage. So we all got our shoes on. We went out to the garage. We had to traipse through the muddy backyard to get there. Boy, that drain, I think, has finally left us off, and we might get something done. But he went in there, and he got Papa gives him tools, and he walks around and he fixes things. He knows that a wrench goes on the nut, and he gets down there and he does it. And he had some pliers. He had never had pliers before, so he was doing the pliers on everything. And then he found a little scrap piece of something, a little round thing with it looked like that. He come up, he's I can understand some of what he says, but Holly understands more of it. He was talking about what it was, and I told Papa, I said, "What is that?" He says, "A snap ring." So then, oh boy, Jacob was talking about his snap ring. And Papa said, "You want to take that home?" He said, "Yes." So he took his snap ring home. He was using it to fix stuff, you know. It's just a little round, I don't know, some car thing. And so he took his snap ring home, and he would talk about his snap ring, his snap ring, his snap ring. But he was working on the tractor, and then he wanted to get in the Camaro. And you know, the Camaro is a project car, so it's just basically the shell, the motor's there, but like the doors are off, the hood's off, it's rusted, it's this, it's primered, whatever, I don't know. And the finish mower was over there beside it, so he was like squeezing in. He's looking back at me and talking about he wanted to get out. I said, "Oh, you want to get in?" He said, "Yeah." So I picked him up in there. Well, by the time they left, he was getting in and out himself. In between him and that finish mower, we were so nervous. You go up and try to help him get down. He say, "No." That's what he'll tell you. He say, "No." He told me no. He told his mommy no. He didn't want no help. He wanted to do it himself. Which takes me back to me as a child. Me do it myself. But we was getting so nervous he was going to fall on that thing, and we was, me and Holly both was kind of standing there trying to catch him in the air when he's over there. But let me tell you, that little boy was dirty. His hands was all black from touching parts where there was grease and dirt on that Camaro and everything. And I told Holly, I said, "Yeah," I said, "Mommy knows not to put no cute little clothes on you when you come to Momo Papa's house." And Holly said, She said, "That's why I always pack a change of clothes too." So she knows. I said, "What can be more fun than going in Papa's garage?" He loves going in Papa's garage. So that was a fun day yesterday. So let's see. This is Thursday. So tomorrow morning, me and RJ are going to get Sebastian, and I'll drive until probably dark, which I don't know. Nah, we won't be home yet. Excuse me, because I don't see very well in the dark. But I also like to drive myself because I'm that person. You know, I've told you I have that control issue. I feel very vulnerable if I'm not the one driving. I can't help it. So I'll drive probably a good solid 10 hours tomorrow. I'll be tired. But that's okay, because we're getting our baby boy. Y'all know we meet halfway in Charleston, West Virginia. That's where we meet halfway. They're coming from Ohio. So we're going to have him for the week. He was going to stay till next Monday just because of the way his school vacation ran. But since the eclipse is coming through Sunday, his grandpa up there, Mrs. RJ, and asked him, would it be okay if he came back that day, because they had been talking about it, because they're like at ground zero where it's coming across. They're going to be in that mess where they tell you to get your food, your gas, anything you need, get it and stay home. The grandpa and the grandma has already been given time off work, because I don't think the grandma works. He said we've been given off work, so he might have been talking about we as in where he works, not him and her. However, it don't really matter. And I told RJ, I said, well, I said it would be a great experience for him. And he said he agreed, so he's going to take him back a day early, which means Holly gets to go with him. I don't have to drive again because it tires me out. So I will do that, and then I will come back Saturday, and I'm not going to prep because Saturday's going to be getting ready for Easter and recovering from my day on Friday, because I'll be wore out. I will. I'll just be toast. And I will not want to get up and prep. Beside the fact, I don't want to take up refrigerator space with prep, because then I won't have any refrigerator space left for anything that I cook ahead for Sunday, because we're having Easter dinner here Sunday. So that's my weekend. You won't get and I won't have a live tomorrow because obviously I'll be on the road. So I don't know. I got one video Depends on if I get it edited today or not. I don't know what I'm going to do today, if I feel like editing or not. So, I don't know when you're going to hear from me next. I really don't. Because I won't be filming Saturday and I won't be filming Sunday. So, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do next. And then Monday is April. Now, if we start doing gardening, tractoring, and all kinds of stuff like that this week, the rain has really messed us up. He could have had that tractor down there, but he was wanting to do something to the yard, and the city's taking their time to call us back about something we think they need to do with the drain pipe at the end of the driveway. He's having a hard time getting anybody from the city to call him back, and that's really getting on my nerves. I mean, come on, man, call somebody back. But, so we might just hold that off, but the rain has messed us up, getting the tractor down there and whatnot. So, hopefully, with it drying out starting today, he said he's hoping if he can get it down there and, oh gosh, I'm trying to think. Maybe he says start tractoring, as in cultivating, digging, whatever, disking. I think disking may be what you call it. That thing you pull behind the tractor. Maybe he'll be able to start doing that this week, because he's took the week off in vacation because we want to get our garden planted. So hopefully we're not going to be behind too bad. He was going to do something Saturday. I can't remember what it was. I said, no, you can't do nothing Sunday. He goes, oh, yeah, that's Easter. It's probably killing him because, listen, he's a go-getter. When he wants to do something, he wants to do it now. He has patience, but when he's got something that he needs to do, he likes to get it done. And so, I knew it was probably killing him to not be able to go back down there on Sunday, but he'll be good. I'm not saying he don't take it out of context. He's trying to get out and spend time with his family. He's just a very mission-oriented dude. So, I think that's all I know today. Let's think. I'm not on the porch this morning because it's just too cold. 51 degrees, that's too cold. Especially after it was 38 last night, so I think it's going to be a colder 51 than a normal springtime 51. Does that make sense? So anyway, let me know below if you want to see a Simply Feeling video. It'll be definitely no time before sometime next week, depending on how our week goes, how tired I am. So, okay, well, that's all I know. See you when I see you.